salutations. This is Jason Miko bringing to you an audio version, the spoken word, of my weekly column on Macedonian matters. The English version is published on medium.com. The Macedonian version is published on Svest.mk. This week's column, which is published on Sunday, May 12, 2019, is titled, Forward Together to a Barren, Soulless Future? I want to begin this column with a reminder from nearly 2 years ago, a Reuters interview with Macedonian Foreign Minister Nikola Dimitrov, published on July 13, 2017. Quote, asked if Macedonia would one day be open to changing its name, Dimitrov said, "It's a very complex issue that involves emotion and identity. For us to tackle the issue, we need to have a process that will create a national position on the issue. There will definitely be a referendum," unquote. Quote, a national position. As you look back over the past 2 years, Macedonia, ask yourselves, is there a national position? Here are some more intriguing questions. Forward Together was the campaign slogan of Stevo Pendarovski. Do you believe that Stevo Pendarovski, Zoran Zaev, Nikola Dimitrov, Ali Ahmeti, and all those responsible for changing Macedonia's name, while at the same time rejecting its past, its history, its culture, its heritage, all that makes and has made Macedonia unique, do you think that these people in leadership positions actually believe that Macedonia, or whatever it is they wish to call the country, will achieve peace, prosperity, security, happiness, and contentment as a NATO member and maybe, as an EU country many, many years down the road? Perhaps they do. I don't know their internal beliefs nor their motives. Maybe they are sincere. Maybe they are not sincere. Maybe they are in it for themselves, thinking about their future and what the Western elites have promised them if they do the bidding of those Western elites. Here's another question. Do you think that the vast majority of those who voted for Pendarovski and who supported the name change and all that goes with it, do you think that they actually believe the same, that Macedonia, or whatever it is they wish to call the country, will achieve peace, prosperity, security, happiness, and contentment as a NATO member and maybe, as an EU country many years down the road? Again, I can't know their motives, their thoughts, their beliefs. But here is what I suspect. I think that the current leadership of Macedonia, the government, to include Citizen Mandui, as well as the urban leftist elites who helped put them in power, are ashamed of Macedonia's past, its culture, heritage, history, and especially its tradition. They want to escape from Macedonia's past, deny it, and replace it with something else. They believe that membership in NATO and eventually the EU will bring them that something else. And what is that something else? Here's what I think that something else is. They believe that being a Macedonian means that Macedonia ranks as one number on the UN gender equality scale, as another number on the World Bank regional GDP scale, and yet as, well, one more number on the OSCE's list of whatever you like. They believe that being Macedonian, or North Macedonian as the media increasingly asserts, can be boiled down to where Macedonia sits on various scales, charts, and graphs. But American writer Michael Brendan Doherty argues that most aspects of human life cannot be measured in these terms and in these ways. Doherty states that human life is not, quote, reducible to utilitarian metrics. And he is correct. In promoting his new book, My Father Left Me Ireland, Doherty quotes Irish teacher, poet, and writer Patrick Pearse, who writes in his essay Ghosts in 1915 the following, quote, they have built upon an untruth. They have conceived of nationality as a material thing, whereas it is a spiritual thing. They have made the same mistake that a man would make if he were to forget that he has an immortal soul. They have not recognized in their people the image and likeness of God. Hence, the nation to them is not all holy, a thing inviolate and inviolable, a thing that a man dare not sell or dishonor on pain of eternal perdition. They have thought of nationality as a thing to be negotiated about, as men negotiate about a tariff or about a trade route, rather than as an immediate jewel to be preserved at all peril, a thing so sacred that it may not be brought into the marketplaces at all or spoken of where men traffic. I love that paragraph. Pearse is right. The nationality is not a thing that can be negotiated. It is a spiritual thing. Making your life, your nation, or your nationality a mere set of numbers on a graph is soulless and barren. It's deadening. And yet that is exactly what Forward Together is all about. It is about pursuing NATO and EU membership and all that is advertised to come with it, meaning wealth, security, everlasting peace, contentment, and more. Again, that is what is advertised. But who among us, having seen an advertisement for a product, has purchased the product and then been fulfilled by it. The opposite, of course, is true. The advertisement is always shiny, flashy, alluring, full of promise, enticing, and ultimately false. We can never be fulfilled or find meaning in these things. Meaning comes from family, faith, community, nation, from our relationships and what we have invested of ourselves in these institutions. The current government of Macedonia believes in either rejecting Macedonia's past or leaving it behind. Either way, the net result is the same. Macedonia's past, its history, its tradition, its culture, etc., are no longer valued, invested in, a source of learning, or, critically, a source of meaning. The battles for Macedonia continue, and the battle is not over until it's over or until the second coming. In the meantime, it continues, and there are always alternatives. Macedonians have it in them within themselves to win the next elections, whenever they might come, and return the name Macedonia to the Macedonians. I leave you with two thoughts. Number one, there are more good things in this life than you can possibly imagine. Number two, the proper attitude is always gratitude. Thanks for listening.